This is Redstone.
Hey guys, XRJ here, and today I have something super awesome to show you guys. Really sorry for not uploading recently, but I was building this, which is my 200 subscriber special, and there is a pattern, and if you guys have not noticed, that is every time I am gone from YouTube for a long while, I always come back with one of the best builds ever. So this definitely is one of those cases. I have the world's smallest 6x6 piston door ever. It's just completely insane. This is the best thing I have ever built on my channel. It is super crazy compact. It beats Game for Use by 80 blocks, and I had to use a completely different layout. This one is 10 wide, it is 8 deep, and those two are the same dimensions for mine and Game for Use, so those are the same. But right here I shaved one layer off the top, making it 18 tall. That's it. It's so compact. It's crazy. And it is a total of 1,440 blocks. That is insane. 1,440 blocks. It is crazy. So the layout that I used was different, quite different. I had to use a 7x7 bottom and a 5x5 top. Which kind of cancels out and makes a 6x6, sort of, instead of using the conventional 6x6 layout. And so I'm going to show it working, because I bet you guys are dying to see this thing working. So it's very fast, not too many movements after it closes. There are a few, but those are really fast. It kind of ends quickly. I don't think it's a problem. And it is very fast on the closing. It is only, I think, 3 ticks off the fastest closing. So it's very fast. Opening is also very fast. There we go. That is the closing. That's it. That is entire 6x6 opening and closing, which is very fast, especially including the fact that I used a piston tape. And I'm not sure if it's the fastest though. Game for Use is pretty fast, but he used a quintuple extender, and quintuples take a lot more time than quadruples. And something that I have to point out here is that this is Deco and Sydney's quad. It's not exactly Deco's and Sydney's quad. It's a little bit different. I had to change it to make it for a 6x6 because Deco and Sydney made it for a 5x5, and it absolutely was like not designed for a 6x6, so I had to change it. I did not use the dropper and hoppers. I had to extend it 4. Theirs was only 3 pistons here. I had to extend it out to 4. And there was a redstone line, this redstone line right here. At one point, the redstone dust would only come out this far, which was 15 blocks, and it would not reach right there, which was one more block that I had to extend it out. And so this part would not get the power that it needed and not work, so I had to change the timings under here a little bit and add a few more repeaters. And so yeah, it's a little bit different, but the main circuit is still Deco and Sydney's, so I have to give them credit. It's just not exactly Deco's and Sydney's anymore. It's just slightly modified, but it is theirs, so it's perfect. It fit perfectly in with the rest of the circuit, and it was absolutely a beautiful quad by Deco and Sydney. So I have to give them a big thanks, because this quad is absolutely amazing. Now this blue circuit right here, this is the only circuit that I did not build by myself. I got some help from ABH037, ABH, and he helped me with this because I was not aware that you could have a circuit to grab these storage pistons that was not with memory. Apparently you can do it with just timing it exactly right, and the quad will work. And I really did not know how to do that. I was trying to fit in memory, but I had to make space for this one new piston here. So ABH showed me this. It is not his idea, I don't think. I've seen these before. But ABH pointed that out to me, and it was really perfect. It worked out great, so special thanks to ABH. And so, this is absolutely crazy. And the way I got the 7x7 closing so compact is that it's actually really big. It's just I put all the wiring for the 7x7 and the piston tape and everything on the top. Because if you look here, this is a quad and not a quint. And quintuple extenders are absolutely huge compared to a quad, and the quad gave me this entire space right here, which is a 10 by 3 by 8, or no wait, 10 by 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 by 3 by 5 area just for redstone, so that I could use in this quintuple, the bottom here. So that's actually how I got it so compact. The quad is much better than the quint. And so, if you guys had really good years in the closing and opening, I can do it again. I will close the door and opening. In the opening, you may hear a little psst sound, and it's somewhat of a torch burnout, but I will explain. Do not get mad. I don't think I cheated. So, at some point when the piston tape is firing, there we go. At some point, you may have heard a quick psst kind of sound, but I can explain. It's really not as bad as you guys may be thinking. I did not cheat by using any torch burnouts in this. At that one point, I needed a clock for the piston tape. And so, right here is what I had. And it does burn out. But what I had there was it gets powered, and then it gets unpowered real quick, and the second that it burns out, it gets repowered. So it does not give the torch at any point time to re-update and restart this clock, so it's 100% reliable. But if you guys are not satisfied with this, I have another thing to say, which is actually quite important, and that is, you can also set this to 2 ticks and shuffle around the timings a little bit. It takes a little bit of timings, and you can make this a 2-tick clock, and this right here will keep going forever. It'll just keep going, and the torch will never burn out. And so I can add this in, but it's a lot slower. I think it adds almost 2 whole seconds to the closing of the door, because the piston tape is really slow with this clock. And I was thinking that burnout is actually a lot better than having a slow door. But of course, I could always, if you guys don't like it and you don't want a burnout in this door, you think I'm cheating, well, it's really easy. You do not need a burnout. You just have to have a slower clock, and I think a faster clock kind of wins here. So yeah, this thing is absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy, and this thing took me months to make. This is actually a project that I started a long time ago. Very, very long time ago, and there's a lot of story behind this door. I have to give special thanks to S. Nightingale 14 because he helped me out a lot with this. He was kind of motivational helping me, and I have to give a thanks to Nerdboy Chris because just like not even like 3 days ago maybe, he uploaded a video on his 6x6 piston door, and he said that I said in the comments that he used kind of a strange layout and things like that, and he said, well, it's a really old door, and I'm just glad that I finished it. And I thought to myself, well, I had a 6x6 piston door laying around, and it was almost the smallest, but it was not finished. And so, when Nerdboy Chris said that, I said to myself, I was like, I have 200 subscribers now, I need a 200 subscriber special. I'm going to finish that 6x6 piston door. This piston door is probably 4 months old, maybe 5 months old, because, yeah, it's actually, no, this was a 2013 door. This thing is old, but I could not finish it until I got the motivation from someone, which was Nerdboy Chris. And there's a lot of story behind this door. This 6x6 piston door is kind of why I made the 7x7 piston door. So there's a lot of story. I can probably tell you guys a story, but probably won't because it's kind of boring and I don't have too much time for this video. I have to make it kind of short, otherwise I'm just going to last this video out forever. This thing is insanely compact. There's almost nothing here that I could change. It's also very, very, very fast. There's not much I can change about the speed either. And super thank you guys for 200 subscribers. That is exactly why I built this door, just for you guys. 200 subscribers, and I may probably not do a tutorial. You guys can ask for a tutorial, but I probably won't make one because this door was built a long time ago. I just never finished it. I needed to fit in this cyan circuit. I had everything else worked out and done. I even had the piston tape working. I just needed the pistons to retract, and that was actually very, very hard. And I may not be able to do a tutorial because I don't really remember how to make this orange circuit. I don't really remember, and I don't remember what I modified here, this pink circuit. You know, it's kind of a long time ago that I built this, and I do remember most of it because I did have to go and change a lot of timings and everything, so I know most of it. A tutorial would probably be in 2 parts, and I don't know, it wouldn't be such a good tutorial because I don't have it completely memorized. And a world download. Now, I would love to give you guys a world download, and I probably will. It's just that to make a world download, I'm going to have to rebuild it in another world, because this world is actually been used up already. I just kind of built this door here because I was on a Bukkit server, and this door sadly does not work on Bukkit. It really does not. And I had started building this door on a Bukkit server, and one of the reasons why I stopped was because this thing could not work in Bukkit. And the only thing that does not work in Bukkit here is Deco and Sydney's quad, and I really tried to fix that. And I made it a little bit more reliable, just a little bit, but it really is not that good in Bukkit. It doesn't always work. And so, because this wouldn't work, I'll probably even edit in a picture of what happens to the door in Bukkit, because when the top doesn't work, then the bottom gets screwed up, and the bottom screws up, and so it's really quite annoying. So yeah, do not try this door in Bukkit. If at any point you guys build this door or anything in the future, it's not going to work in Bukkit. And so, let's see. So, if I do a world download, I probably will have to go and rebuild it in another world, a fresh, clean world, and so it's not going to be very fun at all. And so I really do want to give you guys a tutorial and a world download. It's just going to take a while. If I do that, it's going to take a while. And I have a bit more to talk about here. Let's see, this orange circuit, and pretty much every circuit in here. Let's see, this blue circuit was the hardest circuit in the entire door, and you guys might be thinking it's just a bunch of repeaters, and yes it is. It's just a bunch of repeaters, but it was most definitely the hardest circuit in the entire thing, and I'm not kidding about this, I'm serious. This part right here at the top, that was easy, that was no problem. But then I was trying something really, really not smart, which was this piston right here will fire on the second time that the quad will extend. So what I had was just a repeater and this long line of repeaters here. But even when all the repeaters were all on max delay and there weren't these blocks placed or anything, it still was just not enough time. I needed more time. And I tried everything, absolutely everything, to try to get this to work, and I really did not notice that it would just be a lot easier to take an output from this torch to come around and down, and instead of taking a output from this piston, and that took me absolutely ages to think of. I eventually thought of it but it was really annoying. So I was trying to overcomplicate the door a little bit, and this orange circuit, I am most proud of this orange circuit. This circuit right here is beautiful. It is the closing and the first 3 blocks on the opening, and so at the very beginning, on the first day or so of this door, I was talking to ABH037, I'm like, do you want to build a 6x6 piston door? And it was kind of a joke. I didn't actually mean, like, should we build a 6x6 piston door, because I've never even built a 6x6, and I was not experienced enough to build a 6x6, but ABH took it seriously. He's like, oh yeah, let's make one right here, right now. So I did not know the layout for a 6x6 at all. So I came up with this layout just completely by accident with a piston tape. And ABH got kind of mad at me. He's like, wow, this layout is really dumb and it's never going to be smaller. And he was really negative about it. And I'm like, but I really, really want to try this layout and this layout exactly. And he's like, no, I'm going to build my own layout and I'm going to beat you. My 6x6 door is going to be better. And I'm not mad at him or anything. That was just friendly competition, so I'm okay with that. And so that's actually the door that ABH has on his channel right now, is that door. And we actually started building, like, I started building this one and he started building his at the exact same time. And ABH's 6x6 on his channel is a few months old. You guys have probably all seen it. And so that's how long it took me to build this thing, and not because I was trying to work on it and stuff. I was really lazy with this door. I didn't really want to get it finished, but I'm glad I did. And so at the very beginning, I didn't know how to start it at all, so I just used Game for Use closing, and I realized I was just not gonna cut it. It did not work with the piston tape here. So I was really, really annoyed that I couldn't get Game for Use closing circuit. So I had to make my own, and this closing circuit came out so well. It's absolutely beautiful closing circuit. Because in, not hating on Game for You or anything, I'm just telling you guys a story here. In Game for Use closing, it did not get the double extender. So what I had to do was, because I realized that I could absolutely not fit a piston tape, a double extender, and the bottom quad extender with just this amount of space here in the cyan circuit. So I actually had to move most of that into the orange circuit, and that's why there are a few extra moves when the door is closing. There's a few extra moves, because it reuses the exact same circuit for opening and closing. It's the exact same circuit, so it's really convenient. And this thing is absolutely compact. It's smaller than Game for Use, it's the same speed, and it fits a double extender in. It's smaller and it fits a double extender in, which is just absolutely insane, and I'm really proud of the circuit. And so, yeah, there's also the pink circuit, which I'm proud of. I'm proud of the blue circuit, and I'm also proud of the magenta circuit, and this green circuit. I have to give a little bit of love to this circuit as well, and also the cyan circuit, and the gray is just the inputs for the pistons. It's not really a circuit. Well, basically I love this entire door. It's that amazing, and I hope you guys really love it too, because it's for you guys. It is for, you know, my subscribers, and it just makes me feel good, because YouTube is the only reason why I really do these, build these kind of things. I probably wouldn't really be doing Redstone if it wasn't for you guys on YouTube. And so, one last thing that I could possibly say. I've really talked a lot in this video. I've tried to make it as short as possible. I tried not to repeat myself very many times. And the last thing I have to say is, this video isn't really one of those fancy showcase videos where I fly around the door several times, and it doesn't really look really cool. I hope the FPS is good. I'm in a void world, so the FPS should be higher. But if anyone out there wants to record a really fancy edited video of this door, just go ahead and send me a private message on YouTube or something like that, and I will gladly allow you guys to record a really fun video for this. If you guys want an amazing video, just go ahead and say so. I will find someone to make an awesome video for this 6x6 piston door, and I will try to make a tutorial, but more important than the tutorial, I think, is the world download. I'll try to make a world download. I'm gonna have to rebuild it though. And so, I have nothing else I could possibly say. I've mentioned every single nook and cranny about this door in one video. So, thanks for watching, thanks for 200 subscribers, and bye.